Hi everyone, I'm Amber, and today we're going to talk about the number one mistake I see people make on social media. Now, obviously, we're human, right? We make mistakes. That's how it goes. But the reality is that there are some mistakes that are made more than others, and there is one in particular, literally the number one thing I see on social media that people don't do, and that is a grammar check. Now, before you get all up in me, I'm not an English teacher, although I have lots of family that is or has been. But grammar is actually really important, and it harkens back to, well, a long time ago. But frankly, people have a stigma, right, attached to grammar. If you do not use proper grammar, a lot of times they assume you are not properly educated, and therefore you are less likely to get a high ticket client because they will assume that you don't know anything because you are not educated. Now, of course, we know that that's not true because people like Bill Gates, they dropped out of college. They didn't get a degree, and yet they're still billionaires, right? Right. Now, that being said, if you are planning on representing a business or selling your business to another business, chances are you need to at least act high ticket, even if you don't have the education. So I'm going to give you a really quick grammar lesson because there are two things in particular that I see online all the time. Okay, there are two versions of your. There's Y-O-U-R and there's Y-O-U-R-E. And they mean two different things, okay? First one, Y-O-U-R, is possessive. It means it belongs to you. Your video, your social media, your business. Then there's Y-O-U''R-E. That's a contraction, which is what the apostrophe is. Just like don't stands for do not, and can't stands for cannot, your stands for you are. So it's you are maybe uneducated, but you can still get high ticket clients. Your. Okay, so that's the big one. The other big one is apostrophes. And this is something I feel fortunate. My 8th grade teacher made a very big point one day to teach us, and I have never, ever, not once in the history of ever regretted it. Especially because I do graphic design a lot. So one of the things I do during Christmas is I do Christmas photos and Christmas cards. And one of the most common mistakes I see happens on Christmas cards, but also so very frequently on social media. And it is the general apostrophe. So you have apostrophes for contractions, like we talked about: you are, cannot, do not, your, can't, don't, right? But then there's the possessive one. So for example, Mrs. Swanson's bacon, all right? Swanson's would have an apostrophe S because that bacon belongs to her. So it's hers, therefore apostrophe S. Now, if you say Merry Christmas from the Millers, there's no apostrophe there. The reason is because it is not the Millers' Christmas. It's plural, not possessive, okay? So Merry Christmas from the Millers should just have an S, whereas Mrs. Miller's bacon is going to have an apostrophe because the bacon belongs to her. It's possessive. Now, of course, there's one other thing which I'll touch on, and I won't get too much into it because it makes everything very muddied and complicated. But when it comes to plural possessive, so the boys' room, right? Multiple boys. It would be S with an apostrophe and no additional S at the end. It's not the boys' room, it's the boys' room with an apostrophe. Just like the family's room, right? Apostrophe S, because it's possessive, even though it's plural, it doesn't end in S. So if it's plural possessive and ends in an S, apostrophe, no S at the end. I hope this didn't get too complicated. I really hope this helps someone out today. And please remember that I am not advocating having an education in order to have your business. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any marketing questions, please make sure you leave them in the comments below for me to address in a future video. Make sure you hit like and subscribe so I can help you look amazing online.